Hi, I'm Dave Geyer. I'm a volunteer here at Sammy's Hope in Sayreville, New Jersey. I'm actually from Ohio. Been out here for about 12 years, and I also handle marketing for Sammy's Hope.
Give us a little background on Sammy's Hope. What is it, and how did it start?
Well, Sammy's Hope is an animal rescue organization. It was founded about 2010. In the beginning, we worked with one municipal animal shelter, and it was really just to provide enrichment for the animals. And then it grew into something greater, where we began to provide funding for medical support and a lot of enrichment. And we built a run in the back, and we grew our volunteer base. And then about a little over a year and a half ago, we got the opportunity to have our own shelter, and we jumped at the chance.
So just for our viewers to understand, even though this is, because the word shelter confuses a lot of people that are not already knowledgeable in the rescue world.
Right.
So can you explain to us why Sammy's Hope is different?
Well, we're a private shelter. So we're private, we're nonprofit. We don't go out into the community and rescue stray dogs, for example. We have the luxury of being able to go to other large municipal animal shelters and what we call is pull or take animals from them. That frees up space in their shelter to take in more animals, which reduces the incidence of euthanasia. But it also allows us to take the animals into our care, where they get probably more love and more attention and more socialization than they could ever get in a municipal shelter, because we have over 120 volunteers. And I would say we have the highest volunteer to animal ratio in the state, easily.
Who is Sammy?
Sammy was sort of our founding dog. He was a brindle pit bull, and he was kind of the inspiration. And Sammy was hoping for a home of his own. The volunteers and the founders were hoping for a home for Sammy, and we found him one. We have a volunteer little Christmas party every year, and this past year, Sammy and his adoptive father came to the party. And it just warmed everybody's hearts, because this is our boy. This is Sammy. This is his face.
I love that. I have it here.
Shelter and the amazing volunteers. We have 100.
There's so many little pieces, so many people it takes to find one dog a home, and every little part is important for it to succeed in the end. I'm Justina Hill. I'm from New Jersey, and I volunteer here at Sammy's Hope.
So tell me how you got involved with volunteering, the work that you do for the rescues.
I always thought volunteering and working with animals I've always loved to do. I loved animals, loved dogs. And when I adopted my dog, I was just like, how is this amazing dog? How did he end up in this situation? And it just made me led to think how many other dogs that are just like him that don't get the opportunity to get on a transport, come to New Jersey to a rescue, and end up in a home. And I just found out about them last year because they started doing such a great job with social media, posting on Facebook that they needed volunteers.
What are some of the things that volunteers can do? People who, a lot of people say, oh, I don't have time, I have a full-time job, or I could only do it on the weekend, or I can only do it from home, or are there little things that anyone can do to help?
Well, we try to utilize all our volunteer skills. A lot of it is just interacting with the animals, having human contact, getting them outside, getting them fresh air and sunlight, exercising them, doing enrichment things.
Every little bit helps. Could be a pickup from a transport, just literally picking them off a truck and bringing them to their home. It could be photography, you're taking pictures for the rescues, even just going to a foster home and taking really good pictures of that dog that maybe is waiting a little longer. There's so many things like that you can do that will enable the dog to get a forever home.
We have people that come in here for the early morning cleaning shift. Our kennels get cleaned every morning, and then they go off to a full-time job. If you can't volunteer, donate. If you can't donate, do something else. There's always something you can do if you really care. But it does take a personal commitment.
They each get some time. They all get walked every couple hours.
Okay, so he does get out a few times a day.
He gets out a few times a day. He gets walked.
He's mellow. I mean, he just wants to walk, but he's not like a hyper, super crazy dog.
No, he's not. And you wouldn't think that because of the way he acts when you're at the kennel.
He doesn't want to be in?
No, so he barks at people. So people get a little nervous because he's the one, he's barking at them through the kennel. But as you can see,
he's like, guys, over here, what about me? What about me?
But people, for some reason, when the dogs bark through the kennel, they get turned off.
Listen, you're gonna get a fabulous home, okay? You hang in there. You're in a great place.
What is your opinion of the current canine condition in the United States?
There is a crisis in this country of homeless animals. There is a crisis of so many animals being euthanized every day because of lack of space in large municipal shelters. Many of them are underfunded. Many of them serve many municipalities and cities, and they simply don't have the money and the resources. And unfortunately, much of it comes down to just not spaying and neutering of animals. If that were to happen in a much greater proportion, we would not have this problem.
I live in a suburb of New Jersey, and I felt like I was in a bubble until I started helping out rescue. You don't realize what a huge problem it is all over. And even in this area, you know, we're so overpopulated with dogs, and especially pit bulls, that need help. And you realize how much more help that is still needed.
Yeah.
And, but I'm just happy to be able to do, you can only do what you can do, but at least you can say you're doing something, so.
A few months ago, we went to a shelter to get a dog. And it's a small, well, it's not a small shelter. Physically, it's a small shelter, but there's a lot of animals. And I said to our founder, Elda, I don't think I can do this anymore. And she said, Dave, if you know who's going to. So, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great people. I mean, our volunteers are just amazing.
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that there is a place like this where the dogs that are getting safe through you guys, I mean, that's hope.
It really is.
It really is.
I mean, every time I come in here, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy, everybody's working. I come in Saturday every morning for several hours, and then I usually come back on Sunday, not to work, just because I want to see them.
What does the love of your dog mean to you?
Oh my gosh, don't talk about that. I might cry, but it's unconditional love. You think that your dog can't love you as much as he does right at that moment, but every day they do something that just shows you how much they love you. And I don't know if it's me just because I rescued the dog, but it's like they know. It's like they know that where they came from, and they almost appreciate you that much more.
How do you think improving the canine condition could help the human condition?
If you rescue a dog, you know you did something. You did something. Rescuing that one dog, yeah, it might have been for you to get a dog, but you also helped open up a spot for another dog to take that dog's space and ultimately be rescued in the long run too. And you know you did something good.
Dogs are a huge part of American culture. They're a huge part of American life. We have to get society to think more about animal welfare. The cliche, but I absolutely believe it's true, is that dogs are man's best friend. We have to do a better job.
When I don't know where to go, and I don't know where to turn to, I know at least that I got you. And when I'm feeling sad and lonely, and I need someone to hold me, I know at least that I got